All right, guys, good morning. It's your boy Big Al. Today, we're going to check out the truck I purchased last night, do a more in-depth look at it. I found out something really cool about it last night, and it's actually worth a lot more money than I thought. Not just because it's an F-150 in South Florida, but because it's a very special model. So we're gonna take a look at the truck. I've got to fix those vacuum leaks we saw last night by the manifold, and any other minor things I can take care of today. I'm heading out of town for a couple of days tomorrow, so I'm not too worried about getting this thing 100% just yet. But then when I get back, we'll take care of the body work. It's worth doing now that I figured out what model this is. All right, the fucking power washer just finally stopped after like an hour and a half. I've got my lawn guy here working, and I always move my cars out of the way when they cut the lawn because I don't want the rocks getting kicked up or any dirt on the cars. So I go to move the truck first. It's just after I put the camera down and it doesn't start. I'm like, okay, you gotta be fucking kidding me. No big deal, right? Maybe I left the light on overnight. Well, the battery's cranking fine. I put jump leads on it, still no go. So I smell fuel. Now I can actually hear if the fuel pump's kicking in because I couldn't hear before. So that was perfect timing for starting the camera. So let's see if that fuel pump's kicking in. I'm sure he's gonna start that thing back up in a minute. Try again. I really don't hear it. And I'll tell you why I think that is. I don't hear a fuel pump kicking in anywhere. See, right away I'm getting great voltage. No start. Sounds like a fuel issue, right? I've had quite a few Ford trucks. I'd say at this point I've had as many as I've had Chevy trucks, despite my thing being Drive GM. And I've had a problem like this before with an Explorer. So it's a very common issue with these Ford trucks. It has to do with the relays. And like I said, I've just been waiting so I could hear, because I wanted to hear if that fuel pump was actually kicking in or not. Well, here we are in the fuse box here, and this is one of these is the fuel pump relay. I forget which one, and one of them is the power. The hell they call it, the power control module in these, powertrain control module. They look pretty old to me. I mean, this truck has 311,000 miles. These are still a Ford. I mean, these ones look newer with the white writing. These two guys look original. So I'm thinking I'm praying that's the issue, because this is a very cheap and easy fix. There's only one way to find out. I have to go down to the auto parts store and pick up these two relays. Sometimes it can be one or the other, but maybe what I'll do is I'll pick up one, and maybe I should just buy the two. I don't know, but I have to go get these relays once my lawn guy is done. And I'm praying that fixes the problem. So I know that it's not the fuel pump because I have the paperwork in the glove box, and the fuel pump was just done not even a year ago. It's got very little miles on it. The truck's got gas in it. I've got all the repair receipts here. It can be another issue. There's a line that runs down the frame rails to the fuel tank that corrodes, and this truck definitely has its share of rust. But based on what's happening and the fact that this truck was running perfectly fine yesterday, and I started it up like on 7 different occasions and it fired right up, no hesitation at all. I'm thinking it's probably the power control module or the fuel pump relay. All right, so I'm in the Fiero. I'm gonna run over to Advance Auto or AutoZone, I forget which one it is half the time. They look the fucking same, and get me the relays for the fuel pump and the power train control module. And you know, the nice thing about these is you pop them right out of the box very carefully, and if that's not the problem, you put them back in and return them. Got my new relays here, so hopefully these work. Like I said, if they don't, put them right back in the box, return them, no problem. It's worth a try. So the two relays were 31 bucks. Could drop these things in and see what happens. All right, so the relays were not the problem. I'm still getting a, how you doing that? I'm still getting a no start. I'm getting fucking hungry. I'm getting angry. I love it. This guy just power washed her driveway, and now he's power washing his car, getting all the dirt right back on the driveway. What a fucking idiot. So she still's not, son of a bitch. You can see I got the new relays in there. That's a no-go. My next thing to check is, for those of you four guys, I already checked the fuel shutoff switch underneath the passenger glove box. That was fine. It's a common issue with these trucks. I've got these terrible vacuum leaks off the throttle body, and maybe, again, it didn't cause any issues of cranking yesterday, but maybe, just maybe, it's causing a problem now. And they run right into the manifold, it seems, if I'm not mistaken. But regardless, I'm gonna fix those anyway. So I may as well try it. I'm gonna return these relays because I didn't need them. So that's my next move. I get VIP access here at AutoZone because I know the kid that they register. So we're looking for, I think this is what I need right here. Alright, so I'm at Little Caesars, just picked up my daily dose of heart disease, my classic cheese, $5 pizza. And I'm heading back home with Betsy here. Oop, almost getting in an accident. And I'm gonna try to figure out if that vacuum leak might be causing this thing to all of a sudden magically not start, which I 99.99% believe is not the case, because it was running fine. I mean, it wasn't running perfect because of the vacuum leak, but it started up. I mean, it just doesn't happen that way. Unless so much, because I kind of fucked with those vacuum hoses last night when I was looking at the truck before I bought it. Something stuck in my tire or some shit. I hope it's not going flat. But I kind of fucked with the vacuum hoses when I was checking out the truck. I made them worse. I don't know if it just sucked so much shit into the throttle body or something that maybe it's, again, it just doesn't make sense. I think the truck would still start, it would just run like shit. So it's something fuel related. The relays didn't cut it. I returned those, put the old ones back in. I don't know what it is at this point. Okay, so I've been doing some research as I was chowing down my Little Caesars, and two things I found that were interesting. One, there have been people having starting issues because of that same vacuum leak I have with the evap purge sensor slash solenoid slash whatever the fuck that thing is. Two, there's been people who've had trouble with the truck starting because they're using the wrong key. Now, when I bought the truck, I was always using this key. And I took it off last night because it looked like, it said valet on it, so I was thinking it was like a valet key. I've been using this dinky key. So, it's a long shot, but maybe it'll work. And if not, my next move, which either way I'm gonna do, is to put this new vacuum hose on that evap. But if this does it, and I just wasted my whole morning cranking and cranking and cranking on this poor truck, I'm gonna be pissed. Okay, no, so it wasn't that simple. So now I'm gonna try that evap situation and see how that works out. Well, I'm a fucking idiot. I had so it is an issue with the key, I'm thinking, because I used this key a minute ago, right? And it didn't work? Well, I had the fucking fuel pump relay and the powertrain control module relays on the ground. They were even plugged back in. So I popped those back in and just fired right up. But you can feel it running rough because of that vacuum leak, so I don't want to run it, you know, I want to put those hoses back on now, but I think we're okay. I mean, shit, sometimes you just gotta take these relays out and fucking jam them back in, but I think the issue is probably the key. How stupid is that? I just wasted the whole goddamn day over what was probably just the wrong key. So, that's probably a door key, and since the ignition's got 300K on it, it probably fits in there, but it doesn't make a crank. Maybe that's a stretch, I don't know, but I use a different key, I put the relays back in, it starts. That's probably what it is. I'm gonna fix these vacuum leaks right now because you can just hear it sucking in all this shit. So we're gonna fix that. I think this truck will be running better than ever. Okay, so I've got the vacuum leaks running off the evap to the manifold there fixed. And as you know, we're using the right key. So let's see how she runs. It might still run like shit because of all the crap it's been getting pulled into the throttle body and crap with all those vacuum leaks, but at least it's running, right? Look at that. Look at that. Firing right up. No more vacuum leak. That hissing is the K&N. Wow, it's running way better than it was yesterday before I fixed that vacuum leak. Holy shit, I don't believe it. All right, folks, there you have it. My GoPro battery is about to die, but you can see the truck ended up having nothing really wrong with it at all, just the wrong key. Look at that, running beautifully. No smoke, nothing, with 311,000 miles. So, wonderful. I'm gonna drive her around a bit and see how she does while the GoPro charges. Remember that hesitation I was telling you guys about last night, how the truck had terrible acceleration? Well, that's fucking gone. It's got all that 5.4 power back. It was definitely that vacuum leak. So what I'm gonna do, probably not today because I'm running low on time, but when I get back from my trip, I'm gonna clean the throttle body, the mass airflow, everything like that, and it should really make a big difference in the power, but it's already substantially different. It feels like a V8 instead of a fucking, it felt like I had a 4-banger in it. So all that clunking, I figured out last night, one of the little center caps on the wheels, which are very rare actually, because they're 7 lug, so I've gotta resecure that, is loose. And obviously it's the sway bar links clunking around too. So I might do the sway bar links this afternoon, because those are real fucking easy. And if I want to drive this thing later on, I don't need that sway bar bouncing around all over the tie rod end so bad. So anyway, like I said, the GoPro's about to shut off here. The battery's real low, but I'm real happy. You know, big false alarm. Truck's doing great. Okay, so sure enough, a lot of that noise I've been hearing up front is this bouncing around. So we can see it, these tabs up here and down here need to be kind of stretched out. These ones are gripping okay. So let's go ahead and, no, I need both my hands for that. All right, so this is plastic, so you can't bend the tabs. So I used some Gorilla Tape and just wrapped it around each tab, and that thing is tight as a fucking drum. So all that's really left that I want to do today is check out the fucking sway bar. Look at this, the links. It's been resting on the, I can't get it to move. Let me see. Every time you hit a bump, the sway bar goes on both sides. So, looking like we need new links for sure on both sides. Think this thing looks a little bit of oil or what? Holy shit. But you know what? With a truck like this, you add oil as necessary. I'm not using it that goddamn much. So it is what it is. Everything, my Buick leaks oil like this. Oh, I thought the camera shut off. So anyway, let me take care of this sway bar. See what I can do. Okay, I just went to AutoZone and picked up some Duracrap sway bar links. I mean, whatever, it was 20 bucks for both. And they have a lifetime warranty. And so I wasn't gonna do this today originally, but they're still, yeah, see, they already, fucking sway bar already fell right back down onto the tie rod ends. I don't want to hear that all day as I'm driving around, so it'll take me about 10 minutes to throw these things in, hopefully. And then there'll be no more front end noise. So that's just the AC. But anyway, let me take care of that and I'll record when it's done. Alright guys, so it's getting late and I want to go kayaking. I'm out of town tomorrow and I'm not missing that opportunity, and I spent all fucking day fixing this truck, so I'm not letting it screw me anymore. The sway bar links, the bolts on the bottom are totally frozen. I've tried everything on my breaker bars. I don't have a torch, I don't have a Sawzall, so I know my neighbor has both and he's just not home right now, so I'd rather just wait to do this until I have the proper tools, so it takes 10 seconds and not 3 hours. So what I did in the meantime, a classic Big Al's Bike and Auto fix, Got a bungee cord right here into this little hole in the frame rail, and a bungee cord going up to here, which who knows what that is, but I'll probably fuck it up by doing this. But you can see it's keeping the sway bar off of the tie rods, and which is, I don't want these to get damaged anymore than they probably already are, or you know, every time I was hitting a bump I was banging on them, and so I did it on both sides. So just for now, to keep this sway bar out of the way until I can properly fix it, and that will be when I get back from my trip. But now I'm gonna go kayaking, so I'll probably bring the GoPro along for that, and you can find that video on my other channel, which is Big Al's Shithouse. This channel is just for car stuff. Anything else, I'll put on the other channel, so if you're interested, go check it out. And thanks for watching, guys. If you like the video, make sure you give it a thumbs up, subscribe, smash that bell button, and you know, help me make the channel grow. If you can please share this video or just spread the word somehow about the channel, that'd be great, because I'd love to build up a good, strong community and keep the videos coming for a larger audience. So yeah, thanks for watching, and tune in for the next one tomorrow.